Welcome, everyone. Today I'm going to tell you something that might hurt, something that might make you cry, something that might make you angry at yourself, but most importantly, something that will finally set you free. You clicked on this video because deep down, you know you've wasted time, maybe months, maybe years, maybe a decade, and now you're sitting there with this heavy feeling in your chest, this voice in your head that keeps saying, "It's too late. I've ruined everything. I can't start over. Everyone else is ahead. I'm finished." Let me tell you something right now. That voice is a liar. And today, I'm going to prove it to you. This video is not for people who want soft words and fake comfort. This is for warriors who are ready to rise from their own ashes. This is for people who are done crying about the past and ready to build a future so powerful that it makes every wasted year worth it. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. The years you think you wasted, they weren't wasted. They were preparing you for this exact moment. The moment you finally wake up and say, "Enough. I'm taking my life back." In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to rebuild yourself from zero. Not with motivation that dies tomorrow, not with tips you'll forget next week, but with a real system that will transform you from someone who regrets the past into someone who owns the future. And yes, this video will also help you improve your English. Because as you listen to these powerful truths in simple, clear language, you're not just learning how to rebuild your life. You're rebuilding your confidence in English too. Every sentence, every word is designed to be understood, felt, and remembered. So if you're ready to stop being a victim of your past and start being the architect of your future, watch every second. Because by the end of this video, you won't just have hope. You'll have a plan. You'll have power. And most importantly, you'll have proof that it's never too late to become who you were meant to be. Let's begin. Let's rebuild you from the inside out. Chapter 1. Accept the brutal truth without drowning in it. The first step to rebuilding is the hardest. You have to look in the mirror and accept what you see. Not the person you wish you were. Not the person you pretend to be on social media. But the real you. The one who wasted years. The one who made mistakes. The one who let fear win. This is brutal. I know. Because when you really look, you might see someone who spent 5 years in a relationship that was killing them slowly. Someone who dropped out of college and never went back. Someone who had a business idea 10 years ago and never started. Someone who promised their parents they'd make them proud but haven't done anything yet. And you know what? That's okay. Because acceptance is not about drowning in regret. It's about finally being honest so you can move forward. Let me tell you about David. 32 years old. Wasted 8 years. After college, he had dreams. Big dreams. He was going to start a tech company, travel the world, make his parents proud. But what did he do instead? He took a corporate job he hated because it was safe. He came home every day and played video games until 3 a.m. He gained 70 pounds. He lost touch with friends. He watched everyone else get married, get promoted, build lives while he sat in the same cubicle. One night, he looked at his reflection in his computer screen. He didn't recognize himself. That's when he broke down. Really broke down. He cried like he hadn't cried since he was a child. But in that breakdown, something powerful happened. He finally admitted the truth. "I wasted 8 years. I can't get them back. But I'm still breathing. I still have time." That was 3 years ago. Today, David runs a digital consultancy with 20 employees. He lost the weight. He travels 6 times a year. His parents cry with pride when they talk about him. Not because he became perfect, but because he accepted where he was and decided to change it. The lesson? You can't rebuild on a foundation of lies. You have to accept the truth. Yes, you wasted time. Yes, you made mistakes. Yes, you're behind. So what? The question is not, why did I waste so much time? The question is, what am I going to do with the time I have left? Because here's what nobody tells you. Everyone has wasted years. Everyone. That successful entrepreneur you admire? He wasted 5 years in addiction. That fit woman on Instagram? She wasted 7 years in toxic relationships. That YouTuber with millions of subscribers? He wasted a decade working jobs he hated. The difference between them and most people? They accepted their truth, and then they moved. They didn't drown in it. They used it as fuel. I knew another guy, Michael. 38 years old. Spent 12 years as an alcoholic. Lost his job at a law firm. Lost his wife. Lost custody of his kids. Lost everything. Rock bottom. He was living in his car, stealing Wi-Fi from Starbucks to apply for jobs nobody would give him. One morning, he woke up in that car, looked at himself in the rearview mirror, and said, "This is what I've become. I accept it. Now what?" That acceptance, that brutal honesty, freed him. He stopped making excuses, stopped blaming his ex-wife, his boss, his childhood. He owned it all. And from that ownership came power. 5 years later, Michael runs a nonprofit helping executives overcome addiction. He has shared custody of his kids. He speaks at conferences about redemption. His lowest moment became his life's mission. So right now, I want you to say this out loud. I accept that I wasted years. I accept that I made mistakes. I accept where I am right now. And I accept that I have the power to change it starting today. Say it. Mean it. Feel it. Because acceptance is not weakness. It's the first sign of strength. Chapter 2. Stop comparing your Chapter 1 to someone's Chapter 20. This is where most people fail before they even start. They look around and see everyone ahead. Their college friends are directors now. Their younger siblings are married with kids. Their neighbors bought new houses. Everyone seems to be winning while they're still figuring out how to begin. And then comes the poisoned thought. It's too late for me. They're too far ahead. I'll never catch up. What's the point of even trying? Let me destroy this thinking right now. You're not behind. You're not late. You're exactly where you need to be to create your own powerful story. You know why? Because you're not running their race. You're running yours. And your race has different rules, different paths, different victories. Let me tell you about Sarah. She was the failure of her family. Her younger sister became a surgeon at 28. Her brother started a successful startup at 26. Her cousins were all married, settled, posting perfect family photos. And Sarah? At 31, she was still trying to figure out her life. Failed at 2 businesses. Divorced after a 4-year marriage. Living in a studio apartment. Working retail. Everyone whispered about her at family gatherings. Poor Sarah. She had so much potential. What happened to her? But Sarah did something powerful. She stopped looking at their lives and started building her own. She took evening classes in web development. She coded every single night after her retail shifts. She built websites for free just to learn. She failed at first. Clients hated her work. But she kept going. Today, for years later, Sarah runs a web agency that makes more money than her surgeon sister and startup brother combined. But here's the beautiful part. She's not competing with them. She's grateful for her journey. Because those wasted years taught her resilience. That divorce taught her independence. That late start taught her hunger. She often says, "I'm glad I started late. Because I appreciate every small win. I don't take anything for granted." My sister? She's burned out on antidepressants. My brother? His startup failed, he's in debt. Me? I'm finally alive. This is what you must understand. Their Chapter 20 might look perfect, but you don't know what they sacrificed to get there. You don't know what they're hiding. You don't know what price they paid. Let me tell you about Robert. Everyone called him a loser. At 45, he was delivering pizzas. His high school friends? Doctors, lawyers, CEOs. Every delivery to a nice house reminded him of his failure. But Robert had been taking care of his sick mother for 15 years. He chose her over career. When she passed, he was broken but free. At 45, he started learning photography. At 46, he was shooting small weddings. At 48, he photographed a celebrity wedding that went viral. At 50, he's booked solid, traveling the world, living his dream. When people say, "You're so lucky you found success," he laughs. Lucky? I delivered pizzas until I was 45, but every pizza taught me humility. Every late night taught me work ethic. I wasn't behind. I was building character for this moment. Your Chapter 1 might be starting at 25, 35, 45, or even 55. So what? Your story is yours to write. And sometimes the best stories are the ones that start with "everyone counted me out." But stop scrolling through LinkedIn comparing your beginning to someone's middle. Stop calculating how many years you're behind. Stop using their success as evidence of your failure. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do today that the old me wouldn't do? What can I learn today that brings me closer to my goal? How can I make today count? Because success isn't about starting early. It's about starting sincerely. And once you start, once you commit, once you stop comparing and start creating, you'll be shocked at how fast you can catch up. Not to them, but to the version of yourself that's been waiting all these years. Chapter 3. Your past is your power, not your prison. This is where everything changes. This is where you stop seeing your wasted years as a curse and start seeing them as your secret weapon. Listen carefully. Every year you think you wasted, you were actually collecting data. Every failure was a lesson in disguise. Every wrong turn was teaching you the right path. Every painful experience was building your strength. You just didn't know it yet. The problem is, we're taught to see our past as weight we have to carry. But what if I told you your past is actually wings that can help you fly? Let me prove it to you. There was a man named Ray Kroc. You know him as the founder of McDonald's. But do you know when he started? At 52 years old. After failing at almost everything. Failed as a piano player. Failed as a real estate agent. Failed selling paper cups. His health was declining. His marriage was struggling. By every standard, he had wasted 50 years. But you know what he had that a 20-year-old doesn't? He had 50 years of learning what doesn't work. He had 50 years of building resilience. He had 50 years of understanding people, understanding business, understanding himself. When he finally started McDonald's, it exploded. Not despite his age and failures. Because of them. His past wasn't his prison. It was his power. Now let's talk about you. Those years you spent in the wrong career, you learn what you don't want. That's powerful. Those years in toxic relationships, you learned your worth. That's powerful. Those years being lazy and unmotivated, you learn the price of wasting time. That's powerful. Think about Jennifer, 36 years old, wasted 10 years in an abusive marriage. When she finally left, she had nothing. No money, no career, no confidence. Her own family said, "Who will hire you now? You're almost 40 with no experience." But Jennifer had something powerful. She had 10 years of pain that she refused to let define her. She started learning social media marketing online. Free courses, YouTube videos. She applied for 200 jobs, got rejected 199 times. The 200th one said yes. She worked harder than any 22-year-old in that office. Why? Because she knew what the alternative looked like. She knew what wasting life felt like. Within 2 years, she became the marketing director. Today, she runs her own agency with 50 clients. When young people ask her, "How did you succeed so fast?" she says, "I didn't succeed fast. I succeeded deep. Every year of pain taught me to appreciate every moment of progress." You see, someone starting fresh at 20 doesn't have what you have. They have energy, yes, but you have wisdom. They have time, yes, but you have urgency. They have dreams, yes, but you have clarity. Think about it. You know exactly what regret feels like. That means you'll work harder to avoid it. You know exactly what wasting time costs. That means you'll value every moment. You know exactly what rock bottom looks like. That means you're not afraid of falling because you've already been there and survived. This is your superpower. Use it. Your past is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's your fuel. It's your proof that you can survive anything. Stop running from it. Start using it. Chapter 4. The 90-Day Rebuild Protocol. Enough philosophy. Enough stories. Now let's get practical. I'm going to give you an exact protocol to rebuild yourself in 90 days. Not 90 days to complete success, but 90 days to become a completely different person who is capable of success. This protocol is based on one principle. You can't change your past, but you can change your patterns. And when you change your patterns, you change your future. Days 1 to 30, the foundation phase. The first 30 days are about stopping the bleeding. You've been living in chaos. Now we create order. Week 1, the reality audit. Write down everything. Every debt. Every broken promise. Every incomplete project. Every relationship you've damaged. Everything you've been avoiding. Don't judge. Just document. This is your starting point. Choose the 3 most important things that need immediate attention. Let me tell you about Marcus, 29 years old. When he did his reality audit, it was ugly. $45,000 in credit card debt. 40 pounds overweight. Hadn't talked to his brother in 3 years. Girlfriend about to leave. Failed freelance business. He wanted to fix everything at once. But he chose 3 things. Start any job to stop financial bleeding. Walk 30 minutes daily. Send 1 text to his brother. That's it. Not revolutionary, but foundational. Week 2 to 3, the basic disciplines. Wake up at the same time every day. I don't care if it's 5 a.m. or 8 a.m. Same time. Every day. Make your bed. Sounds stupid? It's not. It's your first win of the day. 20 minutes of movement. Walk, stretch, dance, anything. Just move. No phone for the first hour after waking up. Your morning mind is sacred. Write 3 things you're grateful for. Even if it's just, I'm alive, I have food, I have another chance. Week 4, the skill decision. Choose one skill you're going to develop. Just one. Could be coding, sales, writing, designing, anything. Commit to 1 hour daily. Not 5 hours on Sunday. 1 hour every single day. Find free resources. YouTube, Coursera, Khan Academy. No excuses about money. Marcus chose copywriting. Why? Low barrier to entry. High income potential. Could start immediately. 1 hour every morning before his warehouse job. By day 30, you won't see massive external changes. But inside, you're becoming someone who keeps promises to themselves. That's everything. Days 31 to 60, the building phase. Now we accelerate. The foundation is set. Time to build. Chapter 5. Kill your old identity, the mental rewiring. Here's something nobody talks about. The hardest part of rebuilding isn't learning new skills or making money. It's killing the old version of yourself. Because that old version is comfortable. It's familiar, and it will fight to stay alive. Every time you try to wake up early, the old you will whisper, just 5 more minutes. You deserve rest. Every time you try to learn something new, the old you will say, this is too hard. You're not smart enough. Every time you get rejected, the old you will scream, see? I told you it's too late. This is the real battle. Not with the world. With yourself. Let me tell you about Christina. 34 years old. Wasted 10 years in retail, despite having a computer science degree. Every time she tried to get back into tech, her inner voice said, you're too old now. Technology has moved on. You'll look stupid. That voice was her old identity. Christina the failure. Christina who wasted her potential. Christina who doesn't belong in tech. She had to kill that Christina. Not with violence. With replacement. The identity shift technique. Stop saying, I'm trying to change. Start saying, I am changed. Not, I'm trying to learn coding again. Say, I'm a developer improving daily. Not, I hope to work in tech. Say, I'm building my tech career daily. Not, I used to be smart. Say, I am smart and getting smarter. This sounds like silly word games. It's not. Your brain believes what you tell it repeatedly. If you keep saying, I'm trying, your brain hears, I'm not there yet. But when you say, I am, your brain starts looking for evidence to support that identity. Christina started calling herself a developer before she wrote a single line of code. She joined developer communities, read developer blogs, thought like a developer. Slowly, her actions followed her identity. The evidence journal. Every night, write down 3 pieces of evidence that you're becoming the new you. I coded for 1 hour today. Developers code daily. I'm a developer. I solved a problem today. Developers solve problems. I'm a developer. I learned a new concept today. Developers never stop learning. I'm a developer. Your brain needs proof. Give it proof daily. Soon, it will stop fighting the change and start supporting it. The pain-pleasure flip. Right now, your brain associates change with pain and staying the same with pleasure. We need to flip that. Christina wrote down, pain of not changing. At 40, still in retail, watching younger people live my dream, hating myself daily, disappointing my kids. Pleasure of changing, working from home, solving interesting problems, earning double, being the mom who didn't give up. She read this every morning. Made staying the same more painful than changing. Because when your brain believes that not changing will hurt more than changing, it will finally let you transform. 6 months later, Christina landed a junior developer role. 2 years later, she's a senior developer making $120,000. But the real victory? Her kids now say, my mom can do anything. Because she killed the old Christina and became who she was meant to be.